Hello, I'm Horatio, and I'm here with another song from the How to Make an Album series. And this one is a very nice one that I wrote in Romania, and it's a love song that is also about platonic love, and I guess you can also call it romantic love, or I guess it works for both. And I wrote it when I went for a wedding for my friends Mark and Mihaela. And of course, I was very inspired by hanging out with them because there was love in the air. And so, as an exercise and messing around, what I was playing around with at the time was I wanted to make composition just with 3 notes that I hold on the guitar. So instead of struggling to hold some crazy chord like this, which I cannot hold properly or whatever, with the barré and it hurts my fingers and stuff, why not do just 3 notes? So that's what I did. I was searching around the neck and I found it's like a nice major sound. And then if I go up here, that's a bluesy one. But I settled in the end for the major major 7th, that's more dreamy. And then I was playing around on the neck to find the different places where this works. And it works also in different ways. This way it's more of a 5 in the bass for this same voicing, but maybe I should play you the song so that you know what I'm talking about. Okay, here is The Pursuit of Love. Turn off your Wi-Fi, close your computer, listen to your breath, step into nature, connect with your soul, the silence in your head, suppress the madness, welcome distractions, the pursuit of love, remember the feeling, and if you can't remember, try to invent it. Track down your friend, hold on to their hand, look in their eyes for a really long time. Find out what love is, find someone who knows it, ask them about it, listen to their story. Don't waste your time. This is your sign. The pursuit of love. Remember the feeling, and if you can't remember, try to invent it. You don't have to hurry. You don't have to worry. The pursuit of love. Remember the feeling, and if you can't remember, try to invent it. Yeah, some nice bells and so I'm back here in the studio to tell you more about the song and finish it off. So Yeah, I guess I already talked about the minimalism in the guitar composition. I have the three note thing, and you can see throughout the song there's a lot of nice little three note figures. And this minimalism, I also try to apply it in the lyrics, so it's always very short lines with very common language, so simple words trying to reach directly into people's hearts with stuff that like you use day to day. You always talk about Wi-Fi and your computer and stuff, so it's very easy to relate, I think. And then of course, what else? The silence in your head. That's kind of a theme that I'm doing in a lot of my songs, talking about the silence and the noise in my head and these kind of things and the distractions and related to the misinformation with on the internet, and you're always trying to figure out what's real and are you being tricked all the time. So it's a lot about that, getting away from that, and it's all kind of contained in these very small snippets. Turn off your Wi-Fi. To me, it means so many things, and I like that I kind of found a little way to encompass it in a small sentence. And the same goes for the chords. That's why I mean everything is defined in this chord. There's a tonic, and then the third makes it major, and then the major seventh gives it the quality of a one, let's say. What do you call it? I guess it's the major seventh. I mean, this would be the dominant when it's minor seven. So that wants to go somewhere. It's very bluesy. But when it's major seven, like this, it wants to stay there. So very calming. And so in the first part, turn off your Wi-Fi, close your computer, blah blah blah. In the second part I go down, connect with your soul. I think going together with the message, connect with your soul, it's very grounding. And going down in the arrangement is also a way to create even more calm, even more kind of relaxed vibe. So that's something that I learned from Krista, the artist that I've been producing and playing some concerts together with and stuff. And we had a nice conversation about that when she told me about her songs. You should go check them out now. They're coming out soon on streaming, the ones that I helped produce, and of course other stuff, I guess, on her SoundCloud. But anyway, going down to create a sense of calm, I think that's a super nice tool in my songwriter's kit. Silence in your head, suppress the madness, welcome distractions. I mean, in a way, welcome distractions and suppress the madness is kind of opposites. And silence in your head, welcome distraction. Well, that's more like a noise in my head, distractions. No, but it's a distraction from the noise. So I don't know. I mean, with a simple line like that, you open up for a lot of different meanings, and that's what I really like about poetry and songwriting in general. It's when you can do a lot with a little. And I finally reached the chorus. The pursuit of love, remember the feeling. This kind of upward movement in the bass, especially in pursuit of love, and I sing the melody, I guess. Remember the feeling. It kind of creates tension, and also the arrangement in the guitar. You can see the bass keeps going up, but the higher notes are staying still, so it clusters them a little bit together, creating even more tension just from these three notes. I mean, there's a lot you can do. And then here it really cranks them down, because the bass keeps going up, melody goes down, so now it's squeezing them together. What did I say? Pursuit of love, remember the feeling, and if you can't remember, try to invent it. So, and if you can't remember, that's kind of the crux, the scary part, or like the turnaround part. Bass kept going up all the way, and now it goes into the lowest point. If you can't remember love and the feeling of love, that's awful, no? Well, try to invent it. It's an easy solution. You just have to recreate it. Everybody can do that. And I'm particularly proud of the way the melody resolves, because try to invent it. We arrive at the bass again. So and also, by the way it's arranged on the guitar, even if I mess up and hit these strings, it sounds good because it's in key. So the song is in D. I guess if I hit this one, of course, that's still off. So I should not hit that one. So I have to be careful either to mute it or do whatever. But when I'm in the fourth here in the A, I can actually hit the A. And even here, the entire guitar, sorry if I'm loud there, the entire guitar is resonating with this nice A chord. And here you can argue that these two bass notes are a little bit fighting. They're a bit dissonant together down there, but they also create a little bit of warmth, a little bit of carpet of sound. So very deliberate choice to go this way. And next up, I wanted to talk about the don't waste your time. Here I actually really need to find a way to this is your sign. Well, it's either here in the middle of the song that I need to take it slower, or maybe this is fine to go don't waste your time. This is your sign. I don't want to linger too long because it needs to go the pursuit of love. It needs to accelerate again. Remember the feeling with the chord changes. And if you can't remember, try to invent it. So that part will need a little bit of finessing in the final arrangement. But the next part is what I really wanted to talk about now. I mean, it's so nice when you can let the guitar ring. It really has that beautiful acoustic richness when all the chords and all the strings are ringing together. And just because of the opportunity that this chord, for example, gives me to hit all of the chords together, is much nicer than, for example, the one in Duckweed. I mean, in Duckweed, if you remember, if you've seen that video, sometimes I sit by the lake beside my home, and then in the chorus part, or whatever you call it, bridge part, places I'd like to be. It doesn't ring so powerfully because it's only these four that I have to hit, and I have to really hold them correctly, so it's a lot about technique, I guess. But these two notes should not sing in this particular case. So it can still work, but it's a little bit more challenging. But in Pursuit of Love, I mean, it's just more easy to play, and somehow it has this spiciness that's not really present in the rest of the song, because it's very clean sounds, you know? It's quite jazzy but pretty clean, but then when it goes to here, it kind of wakes you up, and then it's a little melody. In the final recording, I'm not sure what I want to do, maybe some kind of synth stuff. Something like that. Maybe a nice chorus, you know, some, or whatever, choir, whatever you call it. And then here I need to double down on you don't have to hurry. You don't have to worry. Don't know if I want to linger much longer in here, do some solos or whatever, or if I just want to move on, because I mean it's also important to, it connects very well with the next part, which is again the pursuit of love, remember the feeling, and this pretty much ends the song. If you can't remember, but as you, just to harp on a little bit more about this open ringiness, I mean, pursuit of love. This also works to strum it, but not as much, because I have to mute this one, which I happen to do it with my finger, just because of my original technique, I guess, or whatever. I don't know if you play correctly, you would mute this with the same finger or whatever, but that's what I do. But this chord right here is tricky to let ring. It's only these three notes. Right, so this sounds awful if you ring all of them. So you gotta go back to the fingering technique. Here it's okay. And also the main chord of the song, you cannot just ring it all, you have to be a little bit careful. Oops. So these are all considerations for the guitar arrangement. So maybe it's enough about all the chords and stuff, but I hope that was interesting to follow. It's a very calming song, there's not so much of this heaviness that is present in some of the other songs. I guess there is still a bit of hidden heaviness, because it is talking about disconnecting and remembering love, which implies that you are connected and you're forgotten about love and you're like stressing out. So I feel that's kind of a heavy thing to imply. So if I go a little bit on the piano and just try the arrangement as it is on the guitar. And what I can do on the piano is I can make it more lush and rich and stuff, but I don't really need to. I think it's turn off your Wi-Fi, close your computer, listen to your breath, step into nature, connect with your soul, the silence in your head, welcome distractions, suppress the madness. The pursuit of love. Yeah, see, if I start adding round notes, it's actually it's actually ruining the vibe because, well, I'm not sure that's the case, but it doesn't sound appropriate because pursuit of love, remember the feeling. The pursuit of love, remember the feeling. And if you can't remember, try to invent it. Well, close enough. So I can probably do some nice stuff to it. Don't have to hurry. It's this. It's not like this. It's like this. A bit more neutral, so you can make your own interpretations. So instead of using the minor 7, I use the 6. Yeah, little theory tips there. So, yeah, I don't know if I gave it a lot with the piano, but just so you have a little idea what is going through my mind and how I'm gonna explore the process. Of course, actually, I will also like to try it with a synthesizer and stuff later on. I don't think it's wise now to get into it because it's gonna take way longer to explore than I have time right now for it. But I'll definitely get into that and show you what I have in mind on a later date. But I hope it was interesting, and thank you so much for watching, and hope to see you in the next one, and catch the other song videos if you haven't already, and let me know what you think about it, because now you can kind of put together, if you watch them, a bit of a image of the album, what it could be about, what it could be like. So would love to hear what you think, and hope you have a lovely day. See you in the next one. Bye. And we're back to the forest, and yeah, it's nice to be out here if we don't have to play the piano. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this episode from the series with the pursuit of love, or fursuit of love, as I sometimes mockingly refer to it. And yeah, I hope you have a lovely day, and let me know in the comments what you think about the song and everything. So bye bye.